Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
Today is a beautiful day in Houston,
Yes,
Texas,
sir,
baby.
Let's go.
It's a new era. There's a new sheriff in town and it ain't Reggie Hammond. It's going to be bright days ahead. It's a new start, a new era, a new journey, a post-James Harden era. It's a beautiful thing, man. We're starting fresh. You know, we're getting a clean slate. It's kind of refreshing. And I love it, man. How you feeling today, man? You feeling proud?
Bro, we were like one of the oldest teams in the NBA like 2 years ago. And we're already here. Teams have been rebuilding forever. And we did it. It seemed like it happened so fast. I'm not going to say we're like, you know, this great young team. But just like the young talent that we have on this roster. I think it's like 9 young guys under 24, 23, and it's like crazy. I mean, the amount of talent we were able to get in the draft to go along, Kevin Porter, Christian Wood, Jayshawn Tate, KJ Martin, and I'm going to even say Armani Brooks. I think he's a fun guy, kind of in the deeper part of the bench, but he can apply some of that pressure, man. So very excited, man. That draft really got me juicing.
Yeah, I want to shout out Rafael Stone, man.
Me too. He's a really good evaluator of talent.
And I was like going into the draft, I wasn't thinking we would actually have 3 picks. I was thinking we would trade, lose a couple or something. But we ended up adding one. So 4 first-round picks, man.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I got the little alert, OKC's trading their pick to Houston. I let Aaron know right away, like, something's going down here. We trading up for Jalen Johnson. Maybe we were trading up for, one of those Cam Thomases. Happened to be Alperen Şengün. The center out of Turkey, man. He looks like a little project, but, man, I think analytically he's the number 1 prospect. He was 18-year-old, won the Turkey MVP, and he looks like one of those offensive-minded fruitcakes in the best way possible.
Yeah, I think analytically he should have been a top 10 pick, but scouts skew those analytics or don't really look at them if they're foreign. 18 years old, basically averaging 20 and 10 in 29 minutes. MVP at 18. Come on, man. You can't write a better story, man. You can't paint a better picture. You can't sauce up a taco that way, man.
And people are going to say, it's the Turkey League, but
it's the third best league in
third best league. It's
world.
Better than China. It's better than most of the other one that you could put up to debate is the Euro League, which obviously a lot of talent comes from there. But I've seen Mehmet Okur, really back this guy, saying this guy is really special, and being 18 years old, putting up 19 and 9 in 28 minutes. In a top 3 league in the world. Just hearing that sounds crazy. That sounds like this guy has a really bright future. And it's just strange to see someone like that talented with,
great footwork.
With having that to back him up, like MVP in the Turkey League at 19. Like for him to go 16 kind of seems questionable, but I guess his defensive woes.
Yeah, and he's not that athletic. But, we can talk more about him, but let's go to the prized possession. The sports car, our new post-James Harden star.
Yes, sir.
Bonafide, baby. He's certified in my book. Jalen Green, JG, number 4, all eyes on me. Look what I can do.
JG green light, baby.
Yeah, green light, green sight, on sight.
He's going to be the primary scorer on Houston, man. It's going to be really, really good. His strengths is just straight up scoring the basketball. You know what I mean? Like,
he's a bucket getter.
He's athletic. He's great in transition. He's got a quick first step. Like, all these tools to just be an elite scorer. And he's a very hard worker. Brian Shaw said it himself. Like, this guy's in the gym. He loves basketball. And he's capable of scoring on all 3 levels. Can't pass him up. Like you mentioned in the past, man, those top 3 picks you can't miss. Mobley, Cunningham, Jalen Green are all going to be stars. I mean, it's nice to have one of those guys on the Rockets.
I just think he has that it factor. I don't know what it is, but the way he carries himself, the confidence he has. I mean, he wore freaking bell bottoms, brother. Those haven't been worn since the 70s,
Big swag,
early
man.
80s. I was like, this guy has got it going on. And, we both did our scouting before, a little more in depth after. And I would say at this moment right now, he has the highest chance of winning Rookie of the Year. I bet his odds are the highest.
Yeah, I think I agree. Just because of the opportunity.
He could average 20 points next year.
Yeah. Maybe.
And I will say, like, he's not just a bucket getter. I think he's serviceable on defense right now, and he can get better. He can work on it. He's rangy. He's quick twitch.
I think he's long. I think defense might be a concern. But I'm not saying he can't grow into like an average defender. I just think right out the gate he's going to be
of course.
Very, very suspect there.
He's a hard worker, and he needs to, get a little bigger, figure things out. But I would say he's a step ahead of everyone else that, came out of college because, they ran, NBA-style offenses, defenses. So I think the schemes he understands already. So, he's a leg ahead. He's kind of, he dipped his toes in the water, man, and his butt in the sand.
Yeah, I like that. I know you mentioned in the past, too, how, like, he has the leg above everyone else in the draft. I guess him and Kuminga just having that, like, G League experience. Because, like, even in the draft here, you play against one of these guys in the draft. There's one of them on a team that you're playing against in college. But in G League, it's like these guys are almost borderline NBA players. They're old men. They're experienced, playing against, NBA coaches, coaching G League. So a lot better talent in the G League. And for him to average 17.9, I think he shot 53% in 2-pointers and 36.5 from 3, 83% from the free throw line. So him just being able to hold his own at 18 years old in the G League really, really shows that this guy could be very legit.
And the G League was the hardest or the most compact it's ever been. They had to shrink it down. Jarrett Jack was on his team,
yeah.
And he said, like, that kid's the real deal, man.
And someone else that's blanking me right now.
And the thing is, the reason I love Jalen Green and this pick so much for the Rockets at number 2, basically in most years he would have been the number 1 pick. It just so happened that Cade Cunningham, he's got it all, man. But
I want to say this because Jalen Green coming out of high school was the number 1 recruit. He decided to go to the G League. Cade went college. And if it wasn't for Cade having such a great college season, like Jalen Green would be the no doubt number 1 pick.
Right. So basically got a number 1 pick.
Yeah, the only reason he's number 2 is because of that season Cade had. But, like, in terms of talent, like, even coming out of high school, like, teams are like, this is the number 1 recruit. Like, this guy has all the talent, the makeup, the mold to be an all-star, a superstar.
He's got the looks.
Yeah, man.
And I want to say this. Luke looks like the white Jalen Green.
Yeah, he's never going to let me live that one down.
That's, if anything, you should be thanking me. That's a compliment. He's handsome.
The only reason you're saying that is because of my hair.
Your facial structure.
I don't think we look the same.
Your facial structures.
I don't think so, really, man, honestly. But if you can see it, that's fine.
He's going to wear number 4, by the way.
Yeah, he is. JG4, man.
I can't wait, man. I just... The last night was the first... the first step to our rebuild, and it's like the best... I wouldn't say that, but just a very as a Rockets fan, very promising, man. Like, we hit, I would say, on every draft pick.
The only problem I have, I like Josh Christopher because, 2 or 3 years down the line, he could potentially be something nice, but I wanted Cam Thomas at that pick.
I did too. I think a lot of people would have literally aced that draft, but
I think Garuba, I think Şengün were A+. Like I
agree.
I might be biased saying that, but I just think that Christopher is probably more like a B plus maybe, just because I think there's more talent there. Like Cam Thomas fell, like he fell. I
He
think
went to Brooklyn, man.
Gerard Butler could have been a good
second
pick.
round.
I don't know why.
The draft, if we would have done a mock draft, it would have been totally off because,
We would have been horrible.
Yeah, weird things happen. Like, I don't know. I think that,
What's your biggest surprise in that coming out of there?
not to me, this wasn't but for like outside looking in, like Scottie Barnes, 4 was very. I didn't think, like, I thought it could happen, but I didn't. When it really happened, it was kind of like, dang.
Yeah, that's surprising to me.
A big surprise for me is that the Warriors kept both their picks.
I think they nailed both of them.
Yeah, but that's not a team that really needs projects on their team right now. They're looking to win now. So for me,
I'm just saying,
I was thinking they would package at least one.
There's no one available though.
And get a veteran player that's ready to. I mean, they got their picks were great, Kuminga and Moody. Like, you can't.
They killed that. Yeah, they had the best draft.
But
outside of the Rockets.
my thinking is their windows. It's shrinking.
But I mean, I'm sure they explored options. I think they had to settle for taking picks because Bradley Beal wasn't available. Levine's not guys weren't available, so they just, we got to take guys, and they're literally like in the tier 2 for me. Moody and Kuminga. Big fan of those 2 picks.
Kuminga's a project. I think Moses could contribute. I mean, Kuminga could contribute.
I like that because you take an upside guy in Kuminga, but you have Moody who could probably make the starting not the starting team, but just on the roster.
I like the picks, but I don't think it's good for the Warriors at the end of the day.
I think it's great.
No, I mean, they're win now, man. They're win now. And James Wiseman, Moses Moody, Kuminga.
You can't move. I mean, at the time,
Andrew Wiggins. I mean,
but
dude,
what do you want them to? I mean, Bill's not. The guys weren't available. Like, they couldn't make the move, so they had to take picks. I'm just saying, for them settling with the picks,
you can make
good.
People available with right.
You don't think
offers.
they tried though?
You ever heard of the Godfather offer where you can't? I have an offer you can't refuse.
But they're not going to do that.
It's a spicy meatballs.
They're not dumb, though. That's the thing. Like, they're not going to trade their second overall pick and their 2 first-round picks this year.
But you understand where I'm coming from?
For no Bradley Beal, no Ben Simmons. Like, they're not going to just throw it all away. Like, they took 2 really solid players.
Yeah, it's not going to help.
Yeah, it will.
No.
Wiseman's a project, too. He's not helping them right away.
That's what I'm saying. Package Wiseman and get rid of him.
So, I mean, that's 3.
Christian Wood was available, I guarantee
Those are 3 really good players to have on your team, and they did really well.
Not right now. It's projects.
Why are you so worried? Why is that such an issue? They had great draft picks.
They had draft picks, but this is a win now situation.
They kept
Klay Thompson's coming back. Steph's not getting any younger. Draymond's old.
They had 2 first-round picks and they picked 2 players.
Anyone knows that the optimal situation for the Warriors if they traded that for a veteran.
Yes, but they didn't. They still had 2 first-round picks and they took 2 great players. Why do they have to trade? There's no one available.
I'm just saying the best case scenario for them.
But they didn't, obviously.
You think that drafting them was the best case scenario?
No, but they had to. Beal doesn't want to leave. Russell went to the Lakers. Levine's not leaving.
Why do they have to have a superstar?
Ben Simmons wants 4 first-round picks and a young player. They're not dumb.
Why does it have to be a superstar?
Because you're not going to trade 2 first-round picks for not an all-star level player.
You can trade 1. Like, they could have kept 1, packaged James Wiseman and someone else for a serviceable veteran or someone nice. I'm not saying, you have to get Bradley Beal, you got to get Damian Lillard, you got to get Zach. You could get a very good player that fits.
They could, but they settled for taking 2 really good draft prospects.
Okay, that's their fault.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it is for the Warriors situation.
A lot of people did fall in this draft. James Bouknight, Jalen Johnson, Gerard Butler. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like there's a lot of reaches, but a lot of solid. I just feel like this draft was so deep. Like the deepest draft in a long, long time, I feel like. And for the Rockets, getting 4 first-round picks in this deep class is pretty crazy.
It was deep. But well, I mean, time will tell.
I think
If
my
it was
biggest
deep.
surprise was Zaire Williams going 10. I don't think anyone saw that.
Yeah, I didn't see him going 10, but I wanted the Rockets to get him at 23 or something. But someone leaked it through the grapevine. That guy's got potential through the roof. I think my biggest surprise was Primo, the Alabama guy to the Spurs. They're
Yeah.
always doing some out off the wall stuff, man. Some kind of Hindu or voodoo stuff, man. Sorry about the Hindu reference.
Yeah, I mean, they see something in him. I think he's a good prospect. I didn't really do much research on him, but I'm never going to question the Spurs.
I didn't know that Auburn guy. What's his name?
Sharif Cooper?
Yeah, he's like Trae Young. He averaged
Yeah,
like
he
20
averaged a
and
little
8,
less points, but yeah, they're pretty similar.
and he's on the Hawks now.
I don't know why he fell in the second round. I don't see like Gerard Butler, Sharif Cooper. Like I don't understand. JT Thor was a guy who was rising up boards, still went in the second round. It's just deep. I guess that's really what it is. Just a deep class, man.
You see where Jericho went?
To the Knicks, 58th pick.
Yep.
And then, yeah, Luka Garza. I mean, a lot of people don't think he's going to be much, but he's a great college player. Went to Detroit. BJ Boston. This guy was supposed to be promising. He was supposed to be a lottery pick like last year, and now he's 51 to the Grizzlies. We saw him work out a little bit. I mean, he looks like he could be decent.
Yeah, I forgot about him, but he actually played with Bronny James, LeBron's son, and now LeBron's going to be playing against Bronny's teammates in high
Weird.
school.
There's another guy, too.
Zaire.
No, that played with them on their team, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, was
Zaire
it? It was Zaire Williams.
Yeah.
That's who it was, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. The Grizzlies are always drafting these, like, high upside
I think
athletic players.
He's a great pick, honestly, for that organization.
The Grizzlies have been killing it recently in drafts.
Because I think, isn't Kyle Anderson a free agent?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
Restricted?
Get rid of slow-mo.
Yeah, I mean, you got... See, like, Brandon Clark, they nailed on. Like, middle first round.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks. Desmond Bane last year, he's like one of the best three-point shooters. John Moran, of course. Jaren Jackson. Like, they're building a strong team, and it seems like every draft they come out with Zaire Williams and BJ Boston. Not bad for,
Yeah, I think the winners in the draft, the Pistons, I thought they did really well. I was hating on Orlando yesterday during the draft, but they have really bad luck in the draft. Like, people not falling to them, so they're forced to take some, wannabe. But Jalen Suggs fell on their lap.
That's an A-plus pick. I mean, yeah, it's a given with Barnes going 4, but...
I mean, that's a gift. That doesn't
Yeah.
happen to Orlando. Usually it's like all the great players or the great prospects are picked right before they get up, and they're stuck with, the leftover, salmon, if you will.
They get a gift in Suggs, and then they, of course, screw it up with Franz Wagner at 8.
No, he's starting to grow on me.
I mean, he's okay. It's just he's like a little playmaker who can score a little bit. I don't know.
I just don't like Michigan. I mean,
He's
like
8 overall
we talked about it. We don't like Michigan guys, man.
over James Bouknight. I think he's got a little bit more potential, man, really. I mean, Davion Mitchell, sure, you can take Wagner over him. I mean, Moses Moody, too. That's a guy I really like. And
Yeah, Moses.
Wagner, I don't know, man. We'll see. He could prove us all wrong, but... And then the questionable one for me is the Knicks. So they have Kai Jones, didn't they? 19?
Yeah.
They traded that to Charlotte.
Then Isaiah Stewart or
Then they had Keon Johnson at 21.
Yeah.
Traded that to the Clippers. So they traded the Clippers. They got 25 pick, and they took Quentin Grimes. So they moved down from Kai Jones to Keon Johnson to Quentin Grimes.
I don't understand the logic.
Me neither do I.
What were they getting for those? Just more draft
Like
picks?
future second-round picks.
Second round?
I think so. 2023 for one of them. But it's just like, this is such a deep class, and then for you to pass up Kai Jones and Keon Johnson to settle for Quentin Grimes? He's a solid... I mean, he's okay, but Keon Johnson and Kai Jones' potential could potentially be, like, really solid starters.
I think they needed a big man.
Yeah.
Well, they got Jericho Sims, man.
He's not Kai Jones.
I know he's not. I don't.
He's
I
not
don't.
Keon Johnson. Dude, Keon Johnson's surprising. 48-inch vertical. He's like he has a lot of potential to be fun. Like he's a fun player, man. And then they took Grimes over Cam Thomas, Jaden Springer, that Bones Highland.
I honestly think that the Cam Thomas to the Brooklyn Nets is a win-win.
That's huge for Brooklyn.
Because, yeah, it's huge. It's a perfect spot for him. He learns from the best. And, whenever they take their days off or if they're injured, he can kind of pick up the scoring load. But for Cam Thomas, he struggles on the defensive end. And I think for the Nets, they'll push him to really, because they'll need him to be, decent defender. So they'll push him to really work on that end. You know what I mean?
Because he's already like a polished
But it makes
scorer.
me not like him that much anymore.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really like the Brooklyn Nets all that much.
Yeah, you don't have to.
They're like the bad boy.
I don't like the Warriors, but I like their draft picks. I don't like the Nets, but Cam Thomas is a good player. But like you said, he's already a polished scorer. So if they just force him to focus on defense, he could really be a great additional piece off the bench. Why does Gerard Butler fall so far?
His measurables.
What do you mean?
Isn't he a little guy? He's kind of a tweener. He's not really a ball handler. He's a scorer, right? But he's a little small.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 195.
He's like a Colin Sexton.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I don't think he's a playmaker, really.
No, he's not. But I think he's a smart player.
I mean, he's a good player. I just think, he falls into that, category where you kind of don't know he's a small shooting guard and things like that. But, as long as you're in the league, the world is your oyster, Luke. You can make the most of your opportunity, boys. So get in that gym, get your playbook, and practice that ball.
Ultimately, yeah, just put in that work, man.
Yeah, enjoy the lifestyle of being an NBA player, man. Just soak it all in.
For sure.
Well, let's dive back into the Rockets. I heard that we traded 2 future first-round picks, correct?
Draft swaps, yeah, Detroit and Washington. 2022 Washington, 2023 Detroit. Pick swaps.
And when we heard that it was the Turkish guy, I was like, "Oi, Vey, you got to be out of your noggin, man. I don't want one of these guys, man. A project baby. You got to be out of your noggin, man. Who is this?" And I was, kind of indifferent, kind of like, "Oh, another Europeans." But I really dove in, man. That guy's got great footwork. He's got a great feel for the game, great touch. I think he shot 80-something% from the free throw line. He shot 20-something% from 3, but knowing that he can shoot free throws means he can develop that three-point shot. Good offensive rebounder. I wouldn't say he's very athletic, but I like what I saw. He's 18. I think he would work well with Christian Wood. Like, I was very thoroughly impressed. I was going into it with a bad mindset just because, how I feel about, over the European players. But I got a good feeling about this guy, man. So I have a nickname for him. You know how we had Omar Ashik? He was also Turkish.
Turkish Hammer.
Yeah, this guy's going to be called the Turkish Pamper. Because he's going to pamper our team to support us and what we need. He's going to pamper us.
I like it.
Thank
I
you.
do like that, man.
The Turkish Pamper. Let's get it going. # Turkish Pamper.
Yeah, he's a 6'10 center, 245 pounds. Yeah, we mentioned his numbers. His true shooting percentage was 69%, so that's 2-pointers, 3-pointers, and free throw percent combined. So 69% is really, really good. He's got a high motor, very high motor. He loves the game. He's a great post passer. Sabonis, Jokic comes to mind. Not comparing them, just saying great post passers. He's elite post-up guy. From what I've seen in down low, he's got great footwork. He has great moves. He's a great finisher. He's mobile. He's not unathletic. He can move. Like, he can run the floor very well. He's got potential to be a good rebounder, not great. Kind of like Enes Kanter in a way. Like, he's evolved into a really good offensive rebounder, which you could see that with Şagun here. He's very aggressive, and I think he's a project, obviously, but with Rafael Stone's mindset, I think with this draft, he kind of showed the timetable for the Rockets, drafting all 19-year-olds, so, he's looking 3 or 4 years down the line. He's not looking to compete next year or even the year after, but I'm thinking, 3 or 4 years, get these guys developed. And like you said, he's a perfect fit to Christian Wood. Just being able to space it, not crowd the paint. Let Christian do his little dance on offense, and Şagun will, do his thing as well. But excellent post guy, and starting to love him.
Yeah, I love his up and unders and stuff, and the way he uses that pivot, and he's got really good balance when he bounces off people and turns. I'm like, dang, you can't really teach that. That's a feel for the game type thing.
He's got a variety.
Yeah.
He's not one-trick pony.
And imagine this. Hear me out. He's coming to the Rockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's our best player of all time?
Ding Yao. Akeem, huh? Akeem the Dream.
Akeem's going to come in and, get him twirling like a ballerina on them tippy toes, boy. And he's going to be doing the hook shot. He's going to be doing the dream shake, but we're going to call it the dream steak because he's going to eat.
That's a great point because you mentioned how involved Akeem still is with the Rockets. He's going to be down there.
Yeah, he was down there with Dwight Howard, but have you ever tried to teach a dolphin to bark? That's what it's like to try to train Dwight Howard.
Yeah, and Dwight was already in his prime, past his prime. This guy's 19. You're gonna be able to mold him however which way you want. So getting him with Akeem Olajuwon, this guy could be fun.
Yeah, Akeem's gonna put his hands on him, man, and mold him.
Yeah, he helps LeBron in his post. He helped Kobe. This guy.
He's gonna touch him around.
And there's no better post game offensively or defensively in NBA history than Akeem Olajuwon.
And let me just preference this with I'm very skeptical of young Europeans. Apparently he's been playing professional since he's 12. Yeah. So I think, we might be, we might have caught gold. And I'm very skeptical. Would you agree?
Yeah, you're never for the white foreign players.
Yeah. Never. Well, of recent years, they've been hitting. But
you didn't believe in Luka?
When I was young, did I not? I believed in you, Luka.
Not to where he is now. But I'm with you though. When you see a foreign player, you're so unsure because you've seen Darko Milicic, you've seen Mario Hezonja.
The early part of the 2000s, they scarred everyone. Jan Vesely, those people. Mario Hezonja. But recently, Sabonis, Nurkic, Jokic, these players, Fournier, things like that. So now, we have better scouting overseas. So I think, I went into it skeptical, watched the highlights, did my research, and, I think we got a gem on our hands.
I agree. I think we got him at his average. I think his floor is really low. Obviously, he could just be a rotational center, kind of like a worser Enes Kanter, someone like that. Kind of comes in, but he's kind of a liability defensively. Or he could become... I think his height is right behind Evan Mobley in this draft. Not top 3, obviously, not with those guys, but, right after him. In terms of his potential, man, I think he could potentially be a light... I'm not going to compare him to Jokic. I know that one guy did. I'm not going to do that, but a Sabonis. A guy like that who's, evolves as a playmaking, great offensive center.
I see a lot of Sabonis in him.
Yeah.
Sabonis is not going to wow you with his athleticism, but with his footwork and his determination on offensive boards, it's a very good parallel, to be honest. I don't like using the word comparison. I don't really like them. I didn't like some of the comparisons last night. I don't know what that guy was on, but, it's a good parallel. Sabonis, and... I can't wait, man. He wore a bucket hat in Houston today, man. He's already about that life. He's already about the streets. He's already been around, man.
Yeah, he said he's willing to do anything. So if he's willing to do anything, you could really put a lot on his plate.
Yeah, but speaking of plate, let's put some barbecue on there. He's never going to want to leave.
That's true, man. Get him some of that Houston grub,
Give
though.
him some of that brisket. Give him some of them chicken and waffles, and he's a rocket for life.
Him and Garuba, man. Give him the plate, man. They'll never leave.
Can we get into Usman, Garuba?
Yeah, that's your player, man. You can talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Talk to him, man. Let him know.
This was my boy before the draft. I liked him. I started doing more research when I was diving in. This guy really caught my eye, man. This guy, he's got things you can't teach. I wouldn't say it's an it factor, but it's a motor, man. He's got a motor and he's got determination. He wants to be better. He works so hard on the defensive end. It kind of brought tears to my eyes to see a young man, 19 years old. I'm sure I didn't research his bio or anything, but he's playing for the Spain national team. He's progressing in his game, like he's working on his shot. He's a hard worker, and I just love him, man. He's got what is he, 6'9", 225?
6'9", 230, yeah, about
230.
that.
He runs like a gazelle.
He does.
He runs that quick.
Fast, man.
He's fast, and he's like one of those players that will never give up on a play, and we haven't had that. He's like a PJ Tucker on a bigger PJ Tucker, however, more athletic and higher ceiling. And a Dennis Rodman and a Ben Wallace. Undersized, but still will battle with those big boys. He ain't going to give up. He's got the dog mentality, and I love him. I love him. He's my favorite player.
He is. He's been saying it. He kept saying Garuba.
Garuba, man.
I've ever since last night, I've been doing a lot of research, and I really like him a lot. He's been playing for Real Madrid in Spain since he was 11 years old. He's now 19, so that's 8 years of pro ball. He's won Rising Star Award winner.
Yeah.
He was the MVP of the U16 European Championship at 14. He grew up playing soccer too, so that shows you.
Good feet.
He's got that feet on him, man.
Twinkle toes, baby.
He's got great flexibility. Defensive awareness, I think, is the best in the entire draft. Scottie Barnes is a guy mentioned in there too, but Garuba has this type of instinct, type of motor that cannot be matched. There's a clip that me and Aaron watched that he full sprinting down the court. It made me I was cracking up. I was like,
Luke was either in shock or I was like, "Why are you laughing?" And you couldn't really say anything. You just but I knew where it came because it was the fastest.
It was just it came out of nowhere because it was like a highlight clip and he just had like a nice dunk on offense, and then the next clip he's just full sprinting down the court. He beats his man. They find him and he dunks. But I was like, dang, that's crazy. Like, he's got, I don't know, man. He's just got everything you want in like a aggressive Draymond Green body. He's got a 7'2" wingspan, strong in the pick and roll. He's very active.
Very active.
I think that's the term I want to use is like, he's active defensively and even offensively. He gets up. He's looking to dunk the ball. His bounce is really nice. He can play the 4 or the 5 if you want to go small. I mean, he's like a Draymond type, and then like with a Kenneth Faried kind of mix to him.
Yeah. I will say he's got, he's 19. He's definitely a work in progress on the offensive end, but dude, he shot, what was it, 30-something% from 3?
39 in a 4-month span.
Yeah, so that's promising. He could work on his form, but like watching his defense, he always has a hand up. And I was like, that's beautiful. Like, you don't really see big men really. He's always got his hand up, and he'll swipe through on guards. Very active hands, and he'll strip it, and he's going to take that coast to coast. It don't matter. He's got loose handles, but he's a work in progress. There's some highlights with him doing a Euro step. Like, you can see these flashes. If we can just get that consistently, dude, like he's that guy. He's that dude. Like, he walks into a room and people notice him, man. People feel his heart, man.
He's got a little glow when he walks in.
Yeah, if I ever meet him, I'm going to give him a big old hug.
In my opinion, he's the best defensive player of the draft. The only thing defensively you could say is he needs to work on is sometimes he'll overplay, like he'll reach or something, which isn't a problem. But you want that aggressiveness. You take the risk. Like, you're going to want that. You like to see that. But offensively, obviously, he's got a lot of things to work on. But just getting such a great defender at the pick you got him at, I think is huge. I think it's A plus.
A+ for sure.
I love Garuba.
He's
Like
playing for Spain, man.
he's gonna be a fan favorite in Houston
If you get picked for Spain, you're doing something right, man.
at 19.
My question is, how do you start playing pro ball when you're 12 and 11?
I don't know.
Are they the Water Boys?
I don't know, man. Really, I don't know how that works.
It's strange. It's like they kind of treat basketball like soccer over there because they put you in the academy basically. So you're not like with the team, but you're part of the organization,
Right.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like playing club as a kid, and you just. But that's what you like to see, especially in basketball. Like if you're a part of a club since you're 11 years old, 8 years, and it's like the Euro League too. It's like great competition. Just playing, yeah, for so long. Like you're obviously used to playing the game, you're familiar with it, but still being 19 coming into the NBA, there's a lot of things you can still work on and grow, being so young too. So very excited to have Garuba part of this Houston team.
And I think he is a really good fit for our nucleus. Like I think, dude, you need that guy. You need the guy that
PJ
does
Tucker.
yeah, you need the guy that doesn't show up on the stat sheet but is always there. And like, he'll fit. He can fit with Christian Wood. He can fit with Sagoon, you know what I mean? So it's just I love that. That was, my favorite pick. A++.
Yeah, he's really coming on to me, man. And he's going to be a fan favorite, I can already tell, once he starts, getting down there and getting some playing time. And these people, they're going to love him. They're going to love his tenacity, his motor. And just having like a Draymond Green on a young team, like if he's able to continue to grow and improve, just being able to have him a part of the team is going to be like, he's a glue guy. He's a guy who's going to do everything for a winning team.
Yeah, I think that energy he brings will be contagious for their young team, man. We'll play hard. We'll play.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's nice, man. It's just I really love that pick. Like that made me happy.
Yeah, it did. I know you've been pushing his buttons, man.
I was a happy guy.
Yeah, shout out Garuba, man. Welcome to the squad.
Do you think all of them will be on our summer league team?
I do, yeah.
We're not stashing no one?
No, I think they're all going to be here ready to scoop it up in summer league. Watch out, man. Watch out Detroit. Watch out Memphis. Houston's going to make its mark, man.
It'll be a while, yeah. I mean...
In the summer league.
Oh, I can't wait. We're
Yeah.
going to have, like, the best summer league team. You know what? I'm not rooting for USA anymore. I'm rooting for Garuba in Spain.
You like Marc Gasol?
I want Garuba to come back in a gold medalist.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But
I ain't got no dogs in the fight on USA. No offense, man. I ain't got no... They didn't get Christian Wood. They didn't bring KPJ. I feel a little slighted, to be honest, Luke.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm still rooting for USA, but I understand.
USA.
But I'm still focused here on this draft, man. So last but not least for the Rockets is Josh Christopher, 6'5", 215 pounds out of Arizona State, 19 years old. At the time, I didn't really like it.
I didn't expect it. I
But
thought there was better players on the board.
there's a lot of ties to Josh Christopher, though. Like, I think his role ultimately is going to be like a scoring swingman, just like a role player off the bench.
Like a Jordan Clarkson? Lou Will?
He's more aggressive. He's like a
Lou Will?
transition, fast, put your head down, get to the rim.
Who would you compare him to?
I mean, his like shooting form, his play style to me is like Buddy Hield. I don't think he's that great of a shooter just yet. But he's kind of inconsistent. I think Buddy Hield coming in was a great scorer, great shooter already. But I think like when you look at him play, just like with your eyes, you think of Buddy Hield. Just like his form, just the way he's built. At least for me, I don't think his game is like Buddy Hield as much, but he's got really good handles for a 6'5" shooting guard. He's explosive, he's physical, which I love those type of players. Like Kuminga is like one of my I love that. And Rafael Stone said it himself. Him and Jalen Green are the best players in the draft in transition. So he knows how to get down. He puts his head down. He gets to the rim. He's a great ball handler. He's confident. and he improved his three-point percentage as the season went on. So I think he has potential to be like a pretty decent overall shooter. And he has the tools to become a good defender. I think, like, give him 3 or 4 years to develop. Like, he can be a good scorer and off the bench.
Is he a playmaker at all? Or is he just like a scorer guy?
He's not much of a playmaker.
I remember hearing about him when he was coming out of high school, but I didn't.
He's got potential, but he's not like...
I think they got him because him and Jalen Green were teammates in AAU in high school. Their highlights are pretty crazy, actually.
You like J-Gup?
I like Jalen.
No, Josh. His nickname's J-Gup.
JC?
No.
Oh, boy, JC. Listen.
It's J-Gup.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't do much research on him. I know that him and Jalen are good friends, so I'm thinking there's some kind of, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, pull, pull, tug, tug. Rafael Stone was like, hey, man, we'll get your friend with you, man, so you're happy, you're healthy. You guys can go out to that club, Clay, together when you turn 21, of course. And you guys can have fun, but don't go hanging out with KPJ, man. That guy's on some, he's on that dirt.
You know who his god brother is?
Who? Who's god brother?
Josh Christopher.
Christopher Robin?
Tayshaun Prince. Isn't that random?
His god brother?
God brother is Tayshaun Prince.
I've never heard of a god brother.
Hey,
Godfather?
God brother. His brother Patrick played for the Utah Jazz.
Jalen Suggs' uncle is Terrell Suggs.
Is that true?
Yeah, remember we saw it yesterday? Like, his family's run Minnesota for 50 years.
I don't know, man. I think you could be right because they're like buddy buddies, brothers, blood brothers.
I think there was something behind the scenes.
But I like the idea of like developing Josh Christopher. Like, he's not going to be good right away. He's going to be a project. But I think like if you haven't watched his highlights, you should watch them. I say that for everyone in general.
That's why I'm kind of biting my tongue, because I know once I watch his highlights, I might, fall.
And go watch him, even in him playing with Jalen Green.
I saw those.
They were dangerous, dude.
Throwing
oops, crossing people, like they looked like they're having a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, they were pretty dirty in there.
So, I mean, give it some time, man. We'll see 3 or 4 years what Josh Christopher's smelling like.
But I like that, that's like a good foundation for draft pick, first-round picks. Just a nice, a nice way to get this rebuild started in post-apocalyptic James Harden era. I'm excited. I don't remember ever really having a rebuild as a Rockets fan, really. We've always been either, since I've been paying attention, very middle of the pack, always the 14th pick.
Yeah.
14th to 16th. And then we had James Harden, and we were good. But obviously, someone doesn't care about being loyal.
And it's fun, too, because Daryl Morey would have found a way to trade all these picks.
That's why I'm so glad that we even added a pick. Like, I was so relieved. I was like, okay, we're doing this right. We're doing it the right way. We're not going to go after... God, people were saying Damian Lillard. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, that's stupid. Yeah.
We're just going to... Dame doesn't want to be here, I'm sure. I mean, I don't blame him.
Would be stuck like Minnesota and Detroit, all these teams that don't know how to rebuild. Like, you just got to fully embrace it. Rafael Stone's an absolute monster of a man. Going out, picking up Kevin Porter, going out, picking up Christian Wood, young guys with a lot of upside, and then killing the drafts. KJ Martin, Jalen Green, Jayshawn Tate, picking him up was huge. I'm going to list 9 guys. This in my eyes is the future Rockets young core. Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, cornerstones.
Backcourts.
Christian Wood, Jayshawn Tate, reliable starters will be there for hopefully a few years, man. Usman Garuba, Alperon Sengun, Josh Christopher, young guys, a lot of upside, develop. KJ Martin and Armani Brooks. Those are 9 guys I just named, very young, and it's very nice to know that we're in rebuilding and we're not stuck in the middle. But knowing that you're bad, but not being able to fully embrace rebuilding sounds like a nightmare. Sounds like the worst thing you could possibly go through as a fan. But just fully embracing it and just having such young talent on your team is such a refreshing, fun thing, exciting to look forward to.
I have an analogy for this rebuild.
Let's hear it, dope.
All right. You're get in my visualize this. Close your eyes. You're in Antarctica. You're staring out into the Arctic Sea. You just came out of a warm hotel where you feel safe, secure. You're sitting in a robe and you're warm watching, Desperate Housewives with your boys. And you go outside to the cold, unknown Antarctica and you stand at the edge of the Arctic Ocean looking at the vastness and the emptiness and just not knowing what it's all about. And you strip off your robe, barren to the world and the nature. You're vulnerable. And you polar bear plunge into that Arctic Ocean. At first, you're in pain. You're struggling to breathe. You're struggling to feel your extremities. And you're in shock. You're hurt. You don't know what's going to happen. And suddenly a peace comes over you. And you get used to the water. And you become numb and you're getting hypothermia. But at the end of the day, you feel better. And you know that you'll get through this. And that's what it's like to rebuild an NBA franchise. And that's the feeling we went through. Comfort for a long time. Knowing we'd be there. We're doing this. And then going into the unknown. Not knowing how to feel, how to adjust our emotions. And then polar bear plunging into that Arctic with that shock. And now, we're coming out the other end, brother. There's a light at that end of the tunnel, man. It may be a 500-mile tunnel with a candle lit at the very end, but I see something out there, man.
That's huge, man.
Yeah, man. I needed to get that off my chest.
You painted that picture like you're Mozart, man.
Yeah, did you see it?
It's like you're painting that with a little paintbrush, but you're blind, but you know what you're doing.
Thank you. It's all about feel, man.
It's just feeling at the end of the day, man. You got that feeling like, let's get it started, man. We got these young guys. You're feeling good. You like to see young talent out there. Embrace it.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna get season tickets.
I'm going to get bald naked.
You can't go. I also wanted to bring up another surprising thing that happened last night in the draft.
Oh, yeah. Good, yeah.
Josh Giddey, 6th overall pick.
Okay.
You with it?
I ain't against it. I'm not against it. Josh Giddey, man,
I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched his highlights, but I know that he's not a very good shooter, but he sees the floor better than probably anyone in the draft. Like, he has the best IQ and sees the floor. 6'8", but I just think I think the OKC kind of had a rough night. They traded the center pick and are the Turkish guy to us, but they really need a center right now. Like, they need it. I don't think they really filled their needs, really. What is Josh Giddey going to get out of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? I don't know, man. Maybe I could be totally wrong. You know me, man. Australians are great humans, and I love Australia with all my heart. Josh Giddey, the only highlight I seen, he dunked it and he fell straight on the floor on his face first.
I mean, as a rookie last year in Australia, he averaged 11, 7.6 assists, 7 rebounds. He was named Rookie of the Year, the same award LaMelo Ball won the year before. I mean, we all know LaMelo went on to be the 3rd pick. I don't know. I think Giddey has like this potential. I think he's one of the youngest guys in the draft. He won't turn 19 until October, so he's younger than I think most of those top guys in the draft. But the Thunder are looking to go in a direction to where they're way out. Like, they still have first-round picks like 2-3 years out. Like, they're really, really, really rebuilding from, they're looking 4 or 5 years out. They're not looking 2 to 3. Poku last year is a developmental guy. Watch out for him being like most improved of the year. Honestly, I think he could be really solid for them. But Josh Giddey, I'm not gonna. You can't say much about him right now. You know what I mean? Sam Presti got his guy. Obviously, he probably could have took him later on, but he took him with the 6th overall. I think he had him in mind from the get-go. So, if Presti has a guy, you can't really judge him on it. You can't say it's a reach because, this Presti guy's a magician.
Oh, my gosh.
But Josh Giddey's got, like, excellent vision. I think he's super creative, like, passer. Like, he's like a big point guard, man. That's what he is.
Luke, do you have your shorts pulled over your eyes right now? We forgot to talk about something that happened before the draft.
The trade.
Good gracious, your shorts must be on too tight,
I thought
man.
that's what you were going to talk about, but you brought up Giddey.
Nah, man, I got Russell Westbrook back in his hometown. Why not, boys?
Why not? Hashtag.
What do you, I mean, it's interesting. Is that a super team?
I think it's fine.
Is that a super team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
But like my first thoughts of it was like I think it's fine. Like I think it's not bad. It's not good. It's just fine. Like I think it doesn't put the Lakers over the top. I don't think it makes them the best team just yet. They still have a lot of work to do with surrounding parts.
They need to get Buddy Hield in there, man. They need shooting.
Yeah, they just need to bring in shooters, and then we'll kind of have to fill it out. But
I think they'll trade THT.
You do?
Yeah, I think that's like their really, their asset left, right? But I heard that they met at LeBron's house 2 weeks before this trade happened, and said, this is a quote from LeBron. He said, boys, we got to make sacrifices if we want to win. AD, you're going to have to start playing the 5. Russell, you're going to have to start playing. And I'm just going to do my thing. Because AD hates playing the 5 because he's glass bones.
Well, they still have Marcus Gasol. He'll probably be their starting 5.
Yeah, but they're going to, in crunch time, like when they have their best lineup out, AD needs to play the 5.
Yeah, you're probably right.
AD's got just...
But
man, if I'm 6'11", man, I'm playing 5 every night.
Yeah, I mean...
And I'm bumping and I'm grinding on them boys, and I'm putting up numbers, man. I'm not crying. It's okay.
Dude, it's okay, but what do you think about the Warriors' return with Kuzma, KCP,
The Wizards,
Montrezl Harrell, and the 22nd pick?
The Wizards.
What'd I say?
Warriors.
What do you think about the Wizards' return with Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, and the 22nd pick?
Who did they end up getting?
Isaiah Jackson from Kentucky, Dreads, defensive specialist.
I like
blocking
that.
Specialist.
I don't know. It looks like Hachimura is looking good on Japan. Maybe he's growing, man. I mean, Kuzma's Kuzma, man. Kuz is Kuz, man.
I think they're looking to move him already, from what I've heard.
I don't blame him, dude. Ship that guy out. To me, Kuzma is like a koozie. He's going to keep your hands dry, but he's not going to,
Koozies are very reliable, though. I wouldn't say that about Kuzma.
A koozie with a hole.
Koozie that doesn't keep it cold.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that.
An obsolete koozie.
Okay, fair.
But I like the Montrezl Harrell.
I don't like it.
Why?
I mean, unless he plays the 5.
I think Montrezl Harrell is good with Bradley Beal.
I don't think Montrezl doesn't really fit in today's NBA or moving forward because the Wizards are like a rebuilding team. Like, Harrell's not going to be...
Harrell's a good player, dude.
He's good, but if he plays the 5, if they play him at the 5, I think it's fine.
He just needs to tone down. Like, relax, dude. You played for like 16 minutes and he freaks out in 4 of them.
But I don't even know.
Like,
I think Harrell like 5 years ago would have been great in the NBA, but like to me, like the NBA is going another direction than
I don't understand.
Montrezl Harrell's game.
I don't understand.
Because I mean, he's not. What does he do? He's a rebounder.
Energy guy.
Undersized rebounder.
Yeah, he's an energy guy. He's not a bad free throw shooter. If he could work on
I don't think he does anything very well.
He's a good player, man.
Like at least Jay Crowder, a guy who can do everything like pretty good. Like Montrezl doesn't really do anything really good. And today he can't shoot. He's a liability offensively. He's just a good guy on the glass, and he's undersized.
I wouldn't say he can't shoot.
He can't shoot. He's not a 3-point shooter.
He's pretty good at free throws.
He offensively he doesn't. He's not a shooter or anything, man.
But I wouldn't say you phase him out, man. It's not. He's a fine. He's a pretty good player in the NBA. You can't just say he doesn't matter.
I'm just no.
You want him on your team.
I don't know if I want him. Well, if I'm the Wizards, I don't want him on my team
Why?
because I'm going in a.
He's coming
I'm
off the
looking.
bench.
I'm looking in a different direction.
Why wouldn't you want Montrezl Harrell coming off the bench for you? That's a great player to come off the bench. We've seen it before.
He's good if he can play the 5, but even now he's undersized to play the 5 too. So that's why I think
What
he's
happened
like
when
out
he
of
was
place.
on the Clippers? Didn't he win like 6th Man of the Year or Most Improved or something?
Yeah.
Dude, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's 2 years ago.
Lakers, he's obviously was angry with the Lakers because of his inconsistent role, and I don't blame him. But you keep him in a role, he's a very fine player. He's not.
No, he's not. I don't know. I'm not the biggest. I used to love
How can
Montrezl
you
Harrell.
say
I don't
that?
think he's very good.
There's players like him that do the same thing, just not as good.
I just don't think he's very good, man.
He's good. He's pretty good.
That's my opinion. I mean, that's fine.
I don't know how you could say that.
What do you mean? It's an opinion.
He's an 80 something on 2K.
I don't care what 2K says.
That's,
this is my opinion.
That's objective.
He's not a great defender.
He's not bad.
He's not, but it's not a strength.
He's a good rebounder.
That's it.
Energy. He's a good.
That doesn't help my team, man.
He's a good post player.
No, he's not. He dunks it.
That's fine.
But I'm just saying for the Wizards, like it's not. I mean, it's not. It doesn't move the needle for me. Like it's just like, it is what it is. I like KCP. He's a good two-way player. Kuzma stinks, but I don't know. I like this for the Lakers, man. I do. The only loss I think they did was KCP, but they can replace him.
They have Ben McLemore, man.
Yeah, they'll just replace
Benny
him.
Mac. I don't know, man. I hope the Lakers are good, man, to be honest. And I think it gives them more leeway, if you will, more margin, a larger margin for error, because you know that Russell's going to bring it every single night. And, you know, the Glassbones Davis and elder, you know, geriatric LeBron, it's kind of nice knowing that Russell's going to be, he doesn't get injured, he's playing hard, so, you know, you always have that in your back pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to bring in a real big and then shooters. That's what the Lakers need to do now with Russell Westbrook. Go get a solid big man.
They just took on Russell Westbrook's big old contract.
It's the Lakers, man. They'll find a way.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know why Bradley Beal didn't just ask for a trade, man.
He's loyal, man.
He must really love Ish Smith.
What do you mean? You're always harping loyalty, man. He's the loyalest one of them all.
Brad, yeah. I guess I respect it.
I respect it tremendously.
But I won't say.
He didn't want to play with Russell.
Can you blame him?
No, I'm just saying. That's why he probably
James
wanted him
Harden
gone,
didn't wanna
and
play
then he
with him?
stayed with him.
Paul George didn't want to play with him?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a trend.
Let's think about Russell Westbrook real quick. He's had the best teammates one could ask for and never won squash. Durant, Harden, Paul George, James Harden, Bradley Beal. Not a lot of people can have that kind of, you know, those kind of partners in crime, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a testament to him or just the situation, or, you know, I don't know what kind of road we're going down, if there's any streetlights or not, or if we're just going to the abyss and the rowers keep on rowing.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps getting redemption opportunities year after year, but I like this move for Russell.
He's home, man.
I think being able to play with a guy like LeBron and even AD, you know, it takes pressure off Russell. It takes pressure off the other guys too. And I think their skill sets kind of match each other. With Harden, it's like he needs the ball in his hands. He's a scorer primarily. But nowadays it seems like, you know, LeBron's not necessarily a scorer. You know, he does a lot of other things. And I feel like their games can kind of work off each other a little bit. You know, Russell, very aggressive, you know, very good in transition, which I think is good for the Lakers because Dennis Schroeder last year shrunk in big moments, but Russell is a guy who's willing to take that head on, whether it be good or bad, but at least he's not scared of it, which will be big for them. And I don't know. I think the move for the Lakers overall was good. Like I think it was. Like I'm fine with it.
I think they'll get DeMar DeRozan.
I wouldn't like it.
Throw him in there, man.
What they should have done is, because the reports were Kuzma and blah 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 for Buddy Hield.
Hield.
So send what they got to send outside of, because Kuzma it sounds like the Wizards aren't going to keep Kuzma, so why not? You should have just sent Kuzma for Buddy Hield and whatever you got to do, and then whatever you got to do to get Russell. That's what I mean. Maybe they still can, but that's what I would have done. Buddy Hield would be great for the Lakers.
Buddy Hield. They could still get him.
Yeah, hopefully. They need him to match the Nets, man. Nets are going to come back strong.
I just want the Kings to be good. Is that too much to ask for?
That's too much to ask.
They got a good backcourt.
Young, yeah, it's good.
Harry Barnes. I think they're Where does Rashawn Holmes play?
He's a free agent.
But where did he play last year?
Sacramento.
I think they're trying to get him back.
Hopefully, he's a good player.
I like him around here.
Oh, Şengün's has worked out with Hassan Whiteside in the past.
I don't like that.
I like it defensively.
I don't want Hassan Whiteside getting in that kid's brain.
No, they're just working out together.
Are they friends?
Yeah, I think they are, because I think Whiteside has a history with the Turkey League or something.
But Şengün doesn't speak English.
No, but they work out together. I don't know who's like the trainer or anything.
Did you see his interpreter?
No.
She was cute. I think that was his girlfriend.
I don't know. I missed it.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch that interview.
What did he say?
He said, "I'll do whatever it takes, man."
It's good to hear,
He
man.
said he's happy to be a Rocket.
Happy to have him.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Rocket Man, running out of that alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till the Rockets are good. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till the Rockets win the chip.
What do you think about Davion Mitchell to the Kings?
I think it's the perfect example of why the Kings stink. Swing for the fences, man. You picked a 23-year-old defensive specialist, man, and you already got two great guards, man. What do you expect of Tony Allen? Come on, man. Shoot for someone, man. Garuba. The Spurs weren't afraid to do it just because they weren't on the big board. You know what I'm saying? Shoot for someone, dude. Jalen Johnson, Zaire Williams. But no, they go chalk. They see, ESPN had him ranked. This is the best guy on the board. Wipe it. Wipe the whiteboard and get back in the, toady room. Play some jams and pick the guy that you really think with your heart.
Getting back to Jalen Suggs to Orlando, what does this mean for Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, R.J. Hampton, and Markelle Fultz? Someone's on the move, but what do you think about it?
I think it's a cluster, but in the best way possible.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad cluster there. Pretty solid.
It hurts me because I like Markelle Fultz. I want him to be able to shine. But he might be the odd man out, dude.
I think so, too.
I mean, R.J. Hampton, he can be a shooting guard, can't he?
He's little.
Well, Cole Anthony at heart is a shooting guard.
He's a little guy.
Yeah, but it's like a Darius Garland, Colin Sexton type thing.
Yeah.
Because I think Jalen Suggs is a better playmaker and stuff, and we're running the offense better, and Cole...
I think he's the best overall point guard on the team. I think Fultz, he's okay, but I think Suggs, he can play make. He's a good defender. He's their best point guard right now. So someone's got to move.
You'd probably be Fultz, and I think you keep, R.J. Hampton. I like him a lot, and I also like Cole Anthony. So
yeah, we'll see, man. Maybe the Thunder will go out and get Fultz or something.
But the best playmaker in the whole draft is Scottie Barnes.
Playmaker?
Mm-hmm.
No, I disagree.
6'9", great vision. But I just don't understand. Oh, I heard rumors on why they didn't pick Jalen. They picked Scottie over Jalen.
Why?
Jalen had a really bad workout, and Scottie killed it.
Really?
Yeah, so they had doubts at a bad workout, it wasn't good at all.
Yeah, I mean, that'll do it, man. You got to have a good workout.
I mean, Scottie's going to work out, man.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Think about the Raptors defensively now. Pascal, OG. That's just long and scary, man. Scottie Barnes can play the 5.
Mm-mm.
Fred VanVleet's not very good at defense, though, I don't think.
No, he's not.
Raptors are weird. Are they going to get rid of Pascal?
Yeah.
For who? The Warriors.
Yeah, that could happen. Give him Kuminga. He would be cool in the Raptors.
I'm not a
Really
big
cool.
fan of Kuminga.
But I mean, you're already going that route with Scottie Barnes. You might as well.
Kuminga's too much of a project.
So that's what you want.
Doesn't have a high motor.
Yeah, but you're saying the Warriors shouldn't have him because they're built now, but the
Yeah,
Raptors
they should trade for Pascal.
the Raptors aren't built now, so that would be good for Kuminga. Come on, man. There's no winning there.
Well, they missed it. Would you say that draft picks that are already drafted are the same as like just the pick itself before it's drafted? Is it
no,
the same
it's not
value?
the same. No.
Exactly. They missed their opportunity. You couldn't give me Jonathan Kuminga if you tried.
Why?
Because I don't like his heart. He thinks he already made it, and I don't like that.
What?
Yeah. The journey has just begun, John.
Yeah, I mean, teach their own.
I feel like I'm sitting across from Jalen Green.
You would take Franz Wagner over Jonathan Kuminga?
Probably not.
Would you take Davion Mitchell over Jonathan Kuminga?
No.
Would you take James Bouknight?
No.
Would you take Joshua Primo?
No.
Would you take Chris Duarte?
Yes.
Really?
No. I'd take Kuminga right where he went.
What about who? I mean, you know how I feel about this Corey Kispert guy. He falls to 15 to the Wizards. What do I need to know about him?
He shot 45% from 3. He averaged 18 points a game, 5 rebounds.
He sounds like Davion Mitchell.
He sounds like Duncan Robinson. That's what you need, one of them guys these days, man.
Yeah, I like it for the Wizards. They need a guy like that.
Yeah, I think, there's always that one guy in the draft, man.
I'm just glad he didn't go top 10 like he was projected to.
Who knows what would have happened if New Orleans kept their 10th pick.
And Bouknight falling to 11, he was supposed to go 6. He goes to the Charlotte Hornets.
Josh Giddey better be good.
Jalen Johnson,
What about him?
you like him on Atlanta?
That makes John Collins expendable.
You think he'd be a John Collins light?
I think he's capable of doing the same things, but I heard that John Collins, he's basically signed, still delivered, staying.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I like, yeah, they're kind of similar though, like athletic forwards.
Yeah, good size, good athleticism, can shoot the 3,
Yeah, have some defensive plays.
play harmonica.
And then the most interesting one to me in this middle round is Kai Jones,
Where did he go?
Charlotte.
Oh, man, yeah, I like that a lot.
So he's more of a power forward. 6'9", shooter a little bit.
Isn't he 6'11"?
He is? Is he a center?
I'd say. I mean, he could be he's working on his shot, man. Stretch 4, stretch 5.
So is he potentially Miles Turner?
He might be. Because didn't they just trade for Plumlee?
They did.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to get Miles Turner.
No, I'm saying it's Kai Jones, potentially. Miles Turner.
I think he's already more athletic, but,
I don't think he's quite as big as Turner either.
I don't know if he's as good at defense either.
He's more of an
raw.
offensive?
He's raw. I think they have kind of the same tools, but I would say Kai Jones' potential is higher because he's a freak athlete.
Yeah, he is.
He's got better feet. When you watch Miles Turner, he kind of shuffles, pigeon-toed, weird-looking. He doesn't seem fluid. Kai looks like he's been around. Looks like he rides Kawasaki's and Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, people rated Kai Jones highly. I mean,
he was supposed to be a lottery, or, at the very beginning. I mean, everyone's mock draft, you can roll it up and throw it away.
I mean, even Kai Jones over Şengün. But I like it.
What's his first name? Alperen?
Yeah. Alperen Şengün.
The Turkish Pamper.
I like it. I like the upside there.
What about Turkish Delight?
What about Turkey Tanced?
That was the worst one I've heard today.
What about Turkey Dinner?
Yeah, when he's eating.
Turkey Dinner.
Turkey
man.
dinner time, boys.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving. I like that.
Just call him Thanksgiving.
Only when he's dropped 20 and 10. That's the only time.
Barbecue turkey.
Ah, Shaq reference, huh?
Yeah.
I like that.
We can call him Gobble Galooks.
You're getting carried away, bud.
What about...
I like Turkish Delight, man. He is a handsome young man, though. I'll give him that. His parents did a heck of a job raising him. I'm starting to see the demise of the Sixers before my eyes, and it makes me gleeful.
The fall?
The demise. Daryl Morey thought he was going there, and his poop don't stink. He got Doc Rivers. He's got Ben Simmons. He promising young Joel Embiid. He tries to work his magic, you know? He's asking too much. You're going to have to drop the price on Ben Simmons, man. He's going to have to restock, man. Hey, Daryl. Things are brighter over here now that you left, man. We're actually making draft picks. We're getting draft picks. We're not getting people like, you know, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook for pennies on the dollars. All I got to say is get that corn out of my steaks.
I like Tyrese Maxey, though. You can have him on my team over here.
I like him. I really like Anthony Edwards.
You think Daryl Morey's going to make Philly collapse?
No, he's going to get a really good return for Ben Simmons. They'll be fine. You have to have the utmost confidence. I'm just, you know, he's not a guy that likes to, you know, do things like normal rebuilds or normal ways of. He'll do the utmost to get something going. You know what I mean?
He makes it
He's
more
an evil genius.
He makes it more difficult than it needs to be?
No, he takes shortcuts is what I'm saying. Like, basically, if...
There's no rebuilding with Daryl Morey.
Yeah, that's not a choice. You're going to be half mass or full-fledged ahead into the darkness of the ocean with cannonballs ablazing.
Daryl Morey can go kick rocks. We got Rafael Stone, who's better.
Yeah, I like Rafi.
I like his eyes, man. They look like they're coming out of his head.
It's because his brain's real big.
Yeah, he's got a big noggin full of basketball knowledge.
I'll tell you what, man. He's really...
And his wife is super cool, man.
She's super cute.
Hey, not going there. I'm just saying she's active on Twitter. She loves the Rockets, and I love to see it.
What do you think Tillman's doing on his yacht eating Landry's seafood?
Yeah, he's probably rubbing his hand on the bottom of his Crocs.
Crocs?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a pair, actually.
Yeah, they're good investment.
I could actually see you in light baby blue Crocs.
Yeah, I'd wear them.
Would you put them in speed mode or in, you know, lazy mode?
Lazy mode.
Where the
Unless I'd have to
you'd have the
readjust.
strap up?
Yeah, it'd be like flip-flops.
I'd always have the strap down so I'm ready to rock and roll whenever the time is of the
Just
essence.
depends. If I'm like walking into like a store, I'll just flip-flop them, and if I start to get a little more active, yeah.
You would look so cool in baby blue Crocs.
Why baby blue?
They bring out your eyes?
They've got like dark green eyes.
I'd say they're light. You know what they say about eyes are the window into the soul? What do you see when you look into my eyes?
It's like I'm looking down into the toilet. You know, you get the little ring around the seat. That's like the ring around your pupils.
I don't want to know how to take that.
No, I think it's fine, man.
When I look into your eyes, I see a city
What flavor?
that never sleeps, which means your brain's always working.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the electric bill is overwhelming.
Who did
Sometimes
it?
you need to shut it off.
Who did it?
I don't run your brain, dude. Sometimes I wonder what it's like to look through other people's eyes.
You ever played Battlefield?
Like, what if we woke up one day and it was Freaky Friday and I was you and you were me?
I do two things right off the bat.
What?
Punch one of my front teeth out. Just like one tooth up front, knock that one out.
You're trying to make me look weird when I get back in my body.
That was a good pop.
I was just gonna walk around town in a suit with you and ask people if you will vote for me.
Vote for what? City Hall?
Yeah. So when you get back, you have all these speeches scheduled and all these meet and greets and stuff. Something that you'd really not enjoy.
I just wouldn't show up, though. I'd sign you up as a lifeguard.
You'd have. I mean, it depends how long we're in each other's bodies. Because I would give
Guess
this.
that's true.
I would make your speeches gnarly.
I guess you wouldn't know when you're switching back.
Yeah, we'd have to get a fortune cookie, and I think we have to hug or something. I forget how Freaky Friday ended.
I'd sign you up as a school bus driver.
I'd sign you up as a substitute teacher.
I'd sign you up as a veterinarian.
I would dress you like a weirdo. I'm not worried about that.
Genuine question.
Yeah.
Who's stopping the Nets next season?
Bucks. I heard Bobby Portis is on the move, though. He's trying to get his bread, which I respect.
Where's he going? Cincinnati?
He took a deal to go to Milwaukee.
But you have the Bucks stopping the Nets?
I think they have a good shot.
You don't think the Lakers?
Lakers are in the West.
I don't think the Bucks have a chance.
Why?
If the Nets are healthy?
Yeah, they'll probably run the gambit, man. You ever seen Goblet of Fire?
Yep.
Okay, then. The best doesn't always win, man. Cedric Diggory was the best, and he died because Voldemort came back. Who is Voldemort this year, you ask?
LeBron.
I think there's some teams out there that have good, things going on.
Who, Luka Garza?
Philly depends. It depends on who.
Usman Garuba.
Gruba. It depends on what Philly gets for Ben Simmons.
Rockets versus the Nets, NBA Finals.
Rockets ain't even gonna sniff the 8 seed.
You think they'll be 14th? I hope they stink another year. We get another high draft picks.
You know who he draft?
Braun? No, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, you're dang right. Chet Holmgren.
The next Kareem Abdul.
If we draft Chet Holmgren, I'll be so angry.
No, we're getting Victor. Literally the next Kareem. There hasn't been anyone like him since.
Don't ever compare him.
Look it up. Look up their comparisons.
Dude, he's 16.
I'm just saying, man. Get him on the team.
Yeah,
That's a can't miss prospect. That's promise.
We already have Sengun.
Twin Towers, dog.
Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, now you're thinking with partnered.
Yeah. With what? You know how they do player comparisons?
Yeah.
I want to do your comparison.
Okay. Jalen Green.
To an animal.
Oh. All right.
Pooh Bear.
Winnie the Pooh?
Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear? Is this like characteristics? Personality?
Just like your comparison. You're always showing your belly, so.
Short legs?
Short legs, belly out. You gotta admit, that was a pretty good one.
Not bad. Do I have to do yours now?
I mean, if you can't think of one, I'm pretty much like a unicorn.
You're like an ostrich.
Why?
You're like an ostrich, but if you got hit with the belt like 13 times in the neck.
Is it because I have a long neck?
No, I think like if you hit it with the belt, it would thicken up a little bit.
You look like Piglet.
You look like Eeyore.
You look like Gerald. Actually, I have the perfect one for you.
Alright.
Biggie Cheese.
Yeah. Let's get bad. Would it red or bad?
What? I was giving Mr. Bombastic.
They call me Madame.
Man, dude, we haven't shouted that guy out in a while, man.
Shout out Biggie Cheese, man. Rest in peace, Biggie Cheese. We love you.
Also, shout out Gucci Man.
Sure.
I'm on it, man. Keep sending me them songs, man. That guy's like one of the best of all time.
Guwop, man, yeah.
Big Guwop, man.
Gucci Man is very cool.
He has ice cream on his head.
He has a lot of songs that aren't good, but mad respect.
I think his music was bad because he was on some things.
I don't think he was taking it very serious, the rap game. I think he had a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. He was murdering people.
Yeah.
His belly was huge.
He had his grill.
I kind of miss that.
Lemonade is probably his hardest song ever, though.
I used to really like that song.
That song is hard. Capital Hard.
I hope he gets back to where he's big.
Nah, I think he's Hobson.
He kind of looks like him.
Yeah,
I don't like Hobson.
Hobson confirmed that he was Gucci Mane, so.
What's up with Hobson? What's wrong with him?
He's a lot cooler now, though. Like, he isolates himself. He's, like, done with everything. He lives in Thailand.
He seems like some guy that struggles with mental health, which I respect.
Mad. Yeah, he lives by himself in a huge house in Thailand.
Respect.
Whoa, Josh Richardson to the Boston Celtics. Live news, baby.
That's just horrible. For what?
They're exercising his $11 million contract.
Josh Richardson stinks.
Well, he's going to stink on Boston now, man.
I wonder what Bill Simmons thinks.
I think that's big for Dallas. Dallas is going to be good next year. I don't want to go ahead and talk on that early because we're going to talk about that a lot, but I'm in on Dallas next year. I like this move already. They got rid of their GM. They brought in Jason. They're refreshing it. I don't really like Jason Kidd, but I just think like
Porzingis will be good.
they're starting to go in a good direction. I think he'll be better.
I think the Mavericks are the same team.
They're already starting to flow it out, though.
How? It's just Luka puts up 40. That's not sustainable.
I'm just saying, man. I think they're going to be pretty good next year.
One injury to Luka and their season's over.
I'm just saying, man. That's fine.
The Mavericks are built like the Rockets were with James Harden. Rely on one guy every night.
I mean, we did a pretty good job building around James Harden.
It's not a winning situation. It's a winning situation in the regular season. It doesn't work in the playoffs. People catch on.
I think we did a good job building around Harden. I just don't think he was ultimately good enough to do it.
We've definitely done better than Dallas.
Yeah.
But it's the same concept.
That's what you have to do. You got to build around your superstar.
No, you do what the Rockets are doing. You get a whole bunch of good players.
Nah. You already had James Harden. You already have Luka. You're not worried about...
Like the Bucks. They have a lot of quality players in there. The Suns.
But one superstar.
The Suns.
One superstar.
That's what I'm saying. They built from the
Luka
draft.
is the one superstar. You build around Luka.
Does it work?
It's going to work. Dallas is going to be good.
When's the last time one superstar won the championship?
Giannis.
Chris Middleton?
He's not a superstar.
No, it's like there's a big drop-off between the first and the second best player. Huge.
What do you mean?
Like who's
for the Bucks?
No, it's not that big of a drop. I mean, it's big.
From Giannis to Middleton.
Yeah, but what's a bigger drop-off? Giannis to Chris Middleton or Luka to the Dallas Mavericks second best player? Definitely the Mavericks.
Dallas.
It's a huge...
Wait, why are you comparing Milwaukee to Dallas?
No, because you said you can win with one superstar.
Yeah.
But multiple all-stars.
Yeah, get a few good guys around him.
Kristaps.
Yeah, he could do it if he plays good.
Tim Hardaway.
He's a good player. He's grown on me. Josh Richardson can go. I like that move. I'm just saying if they can continue to make the right moves, like even I think next year they're gonna be good, but if they continue to like make the right moves, like Dallas is heading in the right direction.
I would disagree.
Sure.
Unless they get Kyle Lowry. They're in them sweepstakes, bud.
Yeah, they might get him or DeRozan or Chris Paul. Like, I mean, it's not there's a lot of
Just thinking about
time.
The Mavericks makes me angry. Thanks for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. You guys have a blessed weekend and stay beautiful. Peace, love, and happiness.
Much love.
There's